I'm Frankie Tech, and this is the world's first 5G rugged smartphone. Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here to share my unboxing and review of the Ulefone Armor 10 5G. This is the world's first 5G enabled rugged smartphone, and it is also the best performing rugged smartphone that I've ever used. Now, pricing for this phone has yet to be revealed, but this phone will be making its debut very soon, so check the links in the description for more details on this Ulefone Armor 10 5G. But before we get started with the review, let's have a look at the unboxing. So guys, I've been using this Ulefone Armor 10 5G for the past couple of days, and now let's go down the list and let me share my thoughts on this pretty epic 5G enabled rugged phone. Talking about design, we have a 14.5mm 335 gram device. This is a hefty beast, but not only that, it is also one of the largest rugged phones I've ever used. And here you see it next to the Mi 10T Pro. It absolutely eclipses that device in terms of size. And it is designed to be military standard 810G, IP68 and 69K resistance, which means you'll be able to get this phone wet and it will survive under pretty extreme conditions. With the rubber back and the metallic edges, with a triple camera setup on the back and a rear mounted fingerprint scanner, and the front of the device looks very modern as well. All in all, I'm loving the design of this Armor 10 5G. But what I'm loving even more is this very large, very bright 6.67-inch IPS LCD display, 2400 by 1080, 10 multi-touch inputs. It's a super responsive display, and it's also the largest display on any rugged phone I've tested. Feels a lot more modern than some of the other rugged phones I've used, and just like many other Xiaomi devices I've tested, this size of display is great for watching content and just your daily needs. It's a solid LCD display on this Ulefone Armor 10 5G. But unfortunately, we are L3 for DRM info, so no HD Netflix on this phone. But in terms of performance, this is the big one. This phone is using the Dimensity 800 chipset, a 7nm process with the Mali G57 MC4, and this phone is officially the most powerful rugged phone that I've used this entire year. Now, you know how I feel about Dimensity chipsets, the 820 being one of my favorite of the year, and the 800 is also a very impressive chipset, offering solid mid-range or even upper mid-range scores, and most importantly, 5G capability. Now, I have tested out 5G with my main SIM on this phone, and here you see the speed test results. It is able to hang with the best 5G performers that I've tested here on the channel. And with 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, this is a very well-rounded experience on this Armor 10 5G, which is enhanced by this near stock Android 10-like experience. The software and performance is definitely one of the highlights. Now, there's no headphone jack on this phone, but Ulefone does include a Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack in the box, and that's generally standard on a lot of these rugged phones that are completely closed off for that IP protection. Now, like most rugged phones, the speakers are just okay on this device, but they should serve your needs if you're gaming or watching the occasional YouTube video or listening to music. And you also get dual SIM support or one SIM plus SD card support on this phone as well, with great 5G coverage with bands 1, 3, 41, 77, 78, and 79, as well as solid LTE coverage, including those bands 20 and 28 that I know are very important in Europe. You have full GPS support, including GLONASS, Beidou, and Galileo, Wi-Fi AC, and NFC on board as well. And powering it all, we have a 5,800 milliampere battery in this Armor 10 5G with charging of 15 watts, but you also have wireless charging of 15 watts available on this phone as well. And so far, I have not even had to charge this phone in my testing. It is easily a 2 or even 3 day device with regular use. And last but not least, the cameras on this device with a 64 megapixel main camera, and then you have an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel macro, and 2 megapixel depth sensor, and a 16 megapixel f2.2 front camera, 4K video on the rear, and 1080p on the front. And guys, the results, at least from the main camera, I'm getting solid daytime and nighttime shots on this Armor 10 5G. The ultra wide still, I think, could be a lot better, especially in low light, but the 4K video is pretty solid. And overall, I think you're getting a solid set of cameras on this Armor 10 5G. So that's it for this video and my final verdict on this phone. Guys, this may be my new favorite rugged phone of the year. Not only does it have all that rugged design and capability that you would get with this type of phone, but you also have finally a display and a set of specs that I think any of you guys out there would be happy to use. And 5G capability on board makes this one of the most modern and I think one of the most exciting rugged phones to come out this year. But hit me up in the comments. What are your thoughts on this Armor 10 5G? And are you starting to like the idea of a rugged phone with great battery life also now having great performance and 5G capabilities? Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. These rugged phones just keep getting better. Stay tuned for more great phones and more great content here coming up on Frankie Tech. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.